Okay, just a couple diamond problems to go through here. When we're looking at the diamond problems, this pattern is important. If you forget what to do, this pattern will tell you you add to find the bottom diamond and you multiply to find the top diamond. So in this case, well, we want to find the top diamond because we're trying to find this question mark. Before we get there, we need to multiply this times this to get that. Well, we don't have enough information. So how do we get this diamond? Let's work on this first. Well, that's going to be the sum of these two diamonds. So whatever this is, let's just call it x. X plus 1/10 has got to equal 1/2. We get that from the pattern up in the top. I outlined it in blue. Just to deal with these fractions, I'm going to make them a little bit easier. I'm going to say x plus 0.1 equals 0.5. I just converted my fractions to decimals. So what plus 0.1 equals 0.5? Well, x has got to be 0.4. 0.4 equals 0.5. Plus 1 equals 0.5. So that's there. So let's fill this in. So if we know that this is 0.4, all we need to do is multiply those numbers together to get this question mark. So 0.4 times 1/10. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to convert everything to decimals. It'll be easier for me to deal with. 0.4 times 0.1. Well, that equals 0.04. So that's the answer. 0.04 is the answer that goes where the question mark is. Okay. Let's look at one more diamond problem. So you can see sometimes it's helpful to take those fractions and make them into decimals, especially if they're easy conversions. So in this one, boy, they gave us the top and the bottom. So we've got to figure out the two sides because we have choices to select from. Whenever we have the top and the bottom, you always want to work on the top because we can find the factors of 24. Factors of 24, well, that can be 1 and 24 and 2 and 12 and 3 and 8 and 4 and 6. And it's negative, so that throws another wrinkle in the mix. I'm looking for two factors of 24 that when added together are going to equal -10, okay? So it looks like the only ones that are going to get me to that 10 are going to be these two. 2 and 12 and 4 and 6. But because they're negative, that makes it tricky. This -10, let me use a different color so that you can see the difference. This -10, I've got to add two things together to make -10. Well, I can add -4 plus -6, that's -10. But if I multiply -4 times -6, I get +24. I need -24, so that's not going to work. So let's clear this up so we can see. So I don't think I got a combination with 4 and 6. So let's just use another color here to make it clear. How about this 2 and 12? How can I add 2 and 12 together, multiply 2 and 12 together to get -24? Well, we could do -12 times 2. That equals -24. -12 plus 2. That equals -10. That looks good. -10. Exactly what I wanted in the bottom. -24, exactly what I wanted in the top. Okay, so let me clear a little bit of space because I have a second. I want to explain one last thing. I noticed that there was quite a few students that went ahead and circled 12 and -2, 12 and -2. But that's not correct, okay? 12 and -2 isn't correct because if we added 12 plus -2, that equals 10. So that is not what we have there. We have -10. So this is no good. So 12 and -2, that's definitely different than -12 and 2. Okay? So the answer, let's clear the space here. While on the surface they may look the same, they aren't. The answer is -12 and 2. If we multiply those together, you get -24. If you add them together, you get -10.